You can't avoid negativity, but you can look for the good around you. You can't stop people from criticizing you, but you can decide which feedback matters. You can't erase stress completely, but you can find healthy ways to handle it. You can't avoid every bad day, but you can appreciate the good ones. You can't stop difficult moments, but you can decide what they teach you. You can't control others' attitudes, but you can protect your own mood. You can't always avoid negativity, but you can choose how much you allow in.
We often mistakenly think that we send a signal to someone else, they send a signal back to us, and that's it. We don't realize is there's a cycle happening within us, which is that if you send me a negative cue, I internalize it, and that changes the cues I'm sending back to you. Here's a very simple experiment that showed this. They put a participant in a room, and they had an actor in the room flash them a social rejection cue. That could be an eye roll, a scoff, a distancing and blocking behavior. So the participants in the room and this person across from them, they don't know as an actor, sends them a social rejection cue. What they found was the moment that participant saw the social rejection cue, their own pupils dilated and their field of vision increased. This means that somebody saw, that person doesn't like me, and their body reacted to fight or flight. Does anyone else feel this way about me? Are there any escape routes for me? And that then changed what cues they sent back to that person. They were more anxious, they were more nervous. If you walk into a room with someone and you're feeling bad, you probably caught a cue. Here's the good news. You can stop the cue cycle from being negative. There's also positive cues, right? We can catch positive cues that can be good for us, but we can stop the negative cycle if we label the cue we see. Dr. Matthew Lieberman at UCLA studied this very clearly. He put people in fMRI machines and he flashed them a fear microexpression, the one that you showed us earlier, with your eyes really wide. When people saw the fear microexpression, they caught the fear. They began to feel afraid and their amygdala lit up. But when he taught them, say fear or think fear, he taught them the microexpression, it stopped activating their amygdala. Meaning, if you know how to read the 97 cues, and you see contempt or social rejection or a mouth shrug or a lip purse, all not great cues, you can in your head say, lip purse, I'm good, or clocked, noted. That intel is actually empowering. So that backdoor into confidence is also, you can label it, name it, tame it, and you're in control of it. That is a much better way to interact and also can help you like people, for all my people who don't like people.
The fastest and the best way to de-stress, to lower your level of stress in real time. And this is very important because life is stressful, right? Like we can't control external events. And we hear all this stuff like meditate, vacation, massage, do all this stuff, but that's great. But what if you're stressed in the moment, right? You're about to give a talk or you're in a difficult conversation or, the world seems to be spinning around you. The physiological sigh brings your level of stress down immediately, very quickly, and we all have the capacity to do it. And it's done the following way. It's a double inhale through the nose. The first one is a complete inhale till your lungs feel full, and then you sneak in a little bit more air as a second inhale, and then a long, slow exhale through the mouth until your lungs are completely empty.
So if I'm a repetitive negative thinker or a repetitive positive thinker, does that alone change the shape of my brain?
Yes. And in my new book, Change Your Brain Every Day, there's actually pictures of Noelle Nelson. She was writing a book called The Power of Appreciation. She wanted me to scan her while she was appreciating her brain. And it looked beautiful. And I'm like, as I'm showing it to her, I'm like, you need to come back tomorrow and I want you to hate yourself. And she goes, oh, I don't want to do that. I'm like, come on, you have to suffer for science. And so we had a positive scan, and then we had a negative scan. And the negativity dropped her left temporal lobe, her left frontal lobe, and her cerebellum. Healthy brain, and then a deactivated brain. And that explained to me athletic slumps. It's like, why do people get in athletic slumps? Because negativity turns off their cerebellum and they become just a little less coordinated. And I'm not a fan of positive thinking. I'm a fan of accurate thinking with a positive spin. So positive thinking is I can have this third piece of cheesecake and it's not going to negatively impact my body or my brain. Like, no. The don't worry, be happy people die the earliest of accidents and preventable illnesses.